Yes. Hello.
It's us again. You're going to get real sick of seeing us. You're going to have lots of
my clothes each video, don't worry, just not today.
Yeah. All right. So like we said, this is video 1. This is going to happen on Sunday. So you'll see Joelle, myself, probably some other trainers popping in to join on these Sunday little videos. We were hoping to go live, but this is going to work. We're going to do Zooms because live is just a little too tricky for us at this point. This is week 1. We have put the focus on protein being the king of the macros. One of the ones I try to push you guys when we have our focus meetings to really zone in on. It's the one that we find is the hardest for people to get to. We find super easy to get to our carbs, easy to get to our fats, but that protein one is always just a little bit lower than what we would recommend you to be at. So week 1, in these videos, we'll be discussing the importance of them, how to determine how much you need to get, where you can find good sources of it, and then Joelle and I throughout the week will throw a couple recipes your way. So I'm going to have Joelle talk about the importance of protein and what it does for our bodies.
So yes, as Krista said, protein is the OG. It is the head honcho, the one that we want to aim for. It helps with more than just, what you probably hear us say at camps afterwards, get in your protein. It does more than just replenish our muscles. However, that is a very important part of it. When we're working out, we break down our muscles. We're essentially tearing our muscle fibers apart. What brings that together to then rebuild them is this protein, that protein source. We're not going to get into the amino acids and things like that. However, there's a lot of things that go into protein that help satiate us, keep us fuller for longer, and also rebuild those muscles. So you'll hear us talk about hair and nails and skin, like protein, as much as water helps as well. Protein is huge. And then injuries. We're out on pavement now. We don't have our floating floor. So you hear a little bit about I have a little bit of more soreness than normal, or, my shins are bothering me from all the jumping. This protein helps rebuild that. All right. So helps with hormones, helps with so many things. Also, you'll hear a lot of times, we hear a lot of times in our focus meetings that we're going over too high on our carbs or our fat, or we always feel like we need a snack, or we need a little more of this or a little more of that. And it might be that we're just not hitting that protein goal, or even close to it. If you guys start tracking and you kind of see what you're already taking in, you'll notice that maybe you're only taking in a quarter of what we recommend. And we're going to actually tell you the number on how to calculate how much protein you should be taking in. So that's huge. And other than that, it's necessary for our bodies to have it. So we're also going to go over sources to find it, places you can get it from, vegetarian, vegan, or not anything of those, or allergies, whatever. Tons of options to get that protein in. So definitely super, super important.
Yep. So those are all great things that protein does for us. But how can you get protein? What food sources can you get it? I think a good recommendation too, for as far as tracking, which we're going to touch base on Thursday, but I always start with the protein and make sure that I hit what I'm supposed to when I'm tracking. So throw that in first, and we'll get into that on Thursday for sure. But just so you know the amount before I tell you the sources, Joelle and I think that it is best for you guys to be between 0.6 and 0.8 gram per 1 pound body weight. Okay, so we'll break that down for you a little bit better. But if you're not sure if it should be 0.6, 0.8, 0.7, what it is, just see where you're at. I would always recommend tracking 1 day of what you normally eat, just like a normal regular day of tracking, and then see where your protein hits. If you're at 30 grams of protein, 50 grams, I was in between that for a long time. This was like the hardest thing for me for a really long time, is getting my protein up and understanding why it was so important. So I would just increase it slightly. You can't go from being at 30 grams to going to like 150 grams. And I honestly think 150 is crazy. So you want to just, slow it down a little bit, take it, 1 step at a time. Maybe you realize that you're not getting any protein at breakfast, or maybe it's at lunch, or whatever the meal is. Try to insert a little bit of protein there and slowly work your way up to the macro count that we're asking you to get at. So you can do this by grilling some chicken, having some lean chicken. I always say grilling. I always feel like that's the best and easiest way to prepare it. But chicken, Fish, salmon, mahi, quality fish. That's usually around like 30 grams in those little frozen fillets that you get at Wegmans. Eggs, egg whites are a great source. Nuts, seeds, hemp seeds. Vegetarian options would be like tofu, tempeh, seitan, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. We don't know. Seitan. I mean, everyone says it a little bit differently. There's different sausages. I mentioned that you just need to be careful of sodium intake when it comes to grabbing those vegetarian options that are super processed. Veggie burgers usually aren't even high in protein. Take a look at that. It's going to be higher in fats, carbs, and sodium. So make sure that you're picking sources that are truly high protein options. And beef, grass-fed beef is another good one. So you want to keep it as lean as possible. Ground turkey, we can throw a million of them at you, and we'll definitely post more about that. But those are some options you can take with you today when you go to Wegmans and meal prep the protein. Again, you want to stay between 0.6, 0.8. A really good thing to do is hit up that focus meeting with Joelle, myself, Leslie, Deb, Pete, Chrissy, one of us, grab us and ask us where we should be. It all depends on what you want from what your goals are. So you could be needing to be in a deficit. You could be in a surplus. Maybe you're trying to gain some more muscle. Maybe you're just trying to maintain at that point. It's all going to change, and the protein is going to work in different ways for you. So make sure you're getting those focus meeting on, because it's seriously a personalized, it can be very personalized, your nutrition, and customized for you. However, for just general purposes, 0.6 to 0.8 is a great place to start.
I know a lot of us too, I just want to say, are worried, or some of us have that worry of, oh my gosh, if I take in so much protein, like that's a really high number for me, that I'm going to bulk up and I'm going to be walking around like this and like super, big and bulky. That number is not going to get you there. And also the things that we are doing are not going to get you there. That big bulky weightlifting style look for, I know a lot of us are females, so that concern comes up. This amount of protein is to sustain a healthy body. If you wanted to bulk up, you would have to almost triple the amount of protein that we're trying to get you to take in. And it's just not with what we're doing and how we're working through this. It's just not possible that you're going to get that big, huge bulk. Okay. So eliminate that worry. And also what we're going to do is I'm going to attach it when we post, is we have a tracker for each week. I didn't mention it in the video.
Oh, yeah.
About the week, but we have a weekly tracker. There's going to be a week 1, week 2, and week 3. It'll go by the macronutrient, and there'll be protein, carbs, fat. You'll see it. And then each day I just want a little check. It's going to be you'll be able to post it right on Instagram. You can tag Bern, Webster, or Pittsburgh, and just keep yourself accountable with that tracker, and find someone to do this challenge with you and say, here's my protein goal, here's what's yours, and share, and try to keep each other going with it and give each other ideas, share recipes, etc. But hone in on protein just for this week, hit those numbers. And then next week, we're going to add in more, hit a different macro, which is going to be carbs. And then the last week is going to be fat, heading right into commit to fit. So you guys will be packed with knowledge about it. You'll know how much protein and carbs and fat you should be taking in, and you'll have your accountability tracker that you can use forever. You can save it to your phone and have it forever to keep yourself on track.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Thursday is going to be the day where you really want to make sure you join in on the Zoom link at 9:30. Joelle and I are going to have this week's discussion of protein. We've got 2 main topics that we're going to go through that's going to give you a little bit more education, dive a little bit deeper into protein. Also, we're going to be talking about MyFitnessPal and best practices, and how to track what you should really be looking for. Maybe you're over, how we can adjust it and focus more on protein. Lots of different tips that we have planned out for you guys. And share your recipes. If you guys are finding fun things to eat and want to share those, that members page is for you guys to use. So throw it in there. We never get sick of seeing it. You're helping out members too. They're delicious. We'll incorporate them into our meal plans. We love seeing them. So use it, take advantage of it. And I think that's pretty much it for the protein. It's just a short video to get you started. The Thursday focus meeting is where you want to be for all the details, questions and answers. And we'll get those ready.
We'll record that too, because I know Thursday at 9:30 might not work for everybody. Number 1, we're going to record. Number 2, if you want to track, you're going to start tracking like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which you should be. In MyFitnessPal, just focus on just the protein. So put everything in that you're eating. It's very, very user-friendly with Wegmans. That's why I always kind of lean towards MyFitnessPal. There's also a barcode scanner. So if it's something that has a barcode on it, hit that barcode scanner, put it in. if you have questions and you're literally just not even sure how to use MyFitnessPal and you need help, message one of us. I'm happy to help you out. I'll do like a little video on my phone and show you how I work through it. But Thursday, we're going to go over everything. However, if you're just like completely MyFitnessPal illiterate and you need some help, let us know. We got you. We're super pumped. This is going to be awesome for me. I'm totally doing this because I've been eating like a potato. I've been eating potatoes and I've been eating like a potato.
I know. I feel like after I came off 75 hard, I was like, everything. So I'm psyched to get into this Clean 3 challenge. We hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for letting us take up some more of your time on your Sunday, but get out there and enjoy the beautiful day. And we will see you guys Monday.
See
Great protocol.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.